In this video we will learn what is the biasing of diode, how to do the biasing of diode, and what are the characteristics of the biasing of PN junction diode. So biasing, as in the earlier previous video I had described that biasing of diode refers to the connection of diode with battery or with cell. There are two types of the biasing. One is forward biasing, another is reverse biasing. So here we will see the forward biasing of diode and its characteristic. So for the forward biasing of diode, what we do, we connect the P side of the diode with the positive terminal of the battery, and N side of the diode is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. This is the block diagram of the diode. This is the symbol of diode. This triangular portion represents the P region of the diode, and this vertical line represents the N region of the diode. So here P region of the diode is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, and N region of the diode is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. Or we can say, when the P region of the diode is at a high potential and N region of the diode is at the low potential, then the diode is said to be in forward biasing. What is particular about the forward biasing? In the forward biasing only, the current passes through the diode. Current passes through the diode. How this current passes? Now let's try to understand how the current passes through the diode in forward biasing. In the previous video we had seen the formation of depletion layer and the barrier potential. So this is the depletion layer, and basically if you see in this layer the net charge is 0, and this is the layer near the junction of the diode where the resistance is very high. So this is very much particular. You should be learned that depletion layer has no charge. All the current carriers are found in the P region and in the N region away from the depletion layer. The barrier potential, B I am writing, B for barrier. Okay, barrier potential. This is the barrier potential developed across the depletion layer, and its name is barrier because due to the development of this potential difference across the depletion layer, the current carriers from N region to P region or from P region to N region stop all type of the diffusion, and we say the current is stopped, there is no current, or we say the equilibrium, the net current is 0. Now when we connect this positive with the P, so P region of the diode receives the high potential and N region with the negative, so the N region become negative. So there is a potential difference across the diode that you have applied V. So this potential difference mainly drop across the depletion layer. Why it is so? Because potential drop, just you remember the formula, potential drop equals to I into R. The resistance of the depletion layer is very high in comparison to the rest of the part of the diode. So the most of the fraction of this potential difference drops across this region, due to which the effective potential difference in the depletion layer become VB minus V. This is the effective potential difference across the depletion layer. You can say that the value of barrier potential decreases and hence the width of the depletion layer also decreases. Just you see, this is the width now. Initially it was from here to here, now the width decreases. What happens by doing so? When the width of the depletion layer decreases, so the current carriers from the N region and the current carriers from the P region, that is majority current carriers from the both region, they start crossing the junction and their diffusion once again starts. If you try to understand all these phenomena on the basis of energy band, so because of this potential difference, the electrons on the upper energy level of the valence band get sufficient energy, and because of that sufficient energy, these electrons, or we can say these current carriers, are able to cross the junction. So due to the crossing of the junction by the current carriers, the current across the diode once again starts, but only few electrons are there, so the magnitude of the current will be very small. Now suppose that this value of the potential difference I increases. So when I increases this potential difference, then the effective potential barrier or barrier height will decrease by large value, and so this width of the depletion layer will further decrease. And due to this high potential difference that you are providing, now the energy at the lower energy level of the electrons will also be enough to cross this junction. So now, in comparison to the previous value of the potential difference, this potential difference is high. So therefore, the more current carriers will start crossing the junction, and thus the current will start increasing. So what we observe that when we increase this potential difference, so the current increases. Now this variation in the current with this voltage in forward biasing is known as characteristic of PN junction diode. So if I ask what do you mean by characteristic of PN junction diode, so the characteristic refers to the relationship between the current and the voltage in that diode. So if I say how this current vary with changing the voltage, so that means I am talking about the characteristic of the diode. There is another way to understand how the current passes through the diode in forward biasing. Because of the forward biasing, this P region achieves the positive polarity and N region achieves the negative polarity. This positive polarity start repelling these majority current carriers, and this negative polarity starts repelling these majority current carriers electrons in this region. And because of this energy, because of this repulsion, these holes starts crossing from P region to N region, and these electrons start crossing from N region to P region. When these electrons come to this region after crossing the junction, so since in the beginning if the voltage is small, so they will have a small energy, so they will start collecting just outside the depletion layer which has been thin now. So this negative, that is the negative charge current carriers, electrons, will cross the junction and start depositing in this direction or in this region. And here the electrons are in minority. So such type of the motion of current carriers is known as minority carrier injection. Similarly, these holes will be repelled by this positive polarity. These holes will have the energy to cross this junction. When these holes will cross the junction, so they will start accumulating just outside the depletion layer or near the depletion layer in this N region. And here the holes are majority current carriers and this side the holes are minority current carriers. So again the holes are inserting in the minority region. So when a majority current carriers moves or enters in the region of the minority, so this is called minority carrier injection. So after this what happens? These electrons have crossed the junction, have accumulated here, and due to this near the junction, the concentration of these electrons will increase, whereas in the rest part of the p-type semiconductor, the concentration of electron is very less, and due to which again a diffusion will start from this direction to this direction of the electrons, because near the junction the concentration of electrons become larger than this concentration, and so there will be a diffusion current of electron in this direction. And the same thing happens with the holes. These holes, when have crossed the junction, they have accumulated near the depletion layer. So the concentration of holes near the junction is more than the concentration of the holes in the rest part of the N side of the diode. Therefore, the diffusion of holes will start from the junction to the terminal in the N side of the diode. And here it will be a current, diffusion current of the holes. Thus, the total current in this diode is due to the current of electron plus current of holes. And I hope this topic we had studied when we had started the semiconductor. So in this diode, the total current is due to the diffusion current of electrons and due to the diffusion current of holes. Now let's see how the current vary with changing the voltage. That is, now we are going to study the forward bias characteristic of PN junction diode. So the forward bias characteristic of PN junction diode refers to variation in current with the voltage when the diode is forward biased. So in the previous discussion what we found, that in the beginning if the voltage is increased by a small amount, so a small amount of the current is started. But as we increases the voltage, the electrons get sufficient of energy. More and more electrons get the sufficient amount of energy and they start crossing the junction. And same thing happen with the holes. So when we increase the voltage, so the current increases. But if we keep on increasing the voltage, so there will be a value of the voltage when the energy of almost all the electrons and the holes will be sufficient to cross the junction. Thus, the current in the diode increases rapidly, and this voltage from where the current increases rapidly is known as knee voltage. This is the knee voltage. So what we observe here, when we increase the forward biasing voltage, the current in the diode increases but not uniformly. It does not increases uniformly. That means the diode in forward bias does not follow Ohm's law. Because had it been following Ohm's law, so the current and voltage, that will be any type of the change in the current and voltage will be in the same ratio and the graph will be a straight line. But it is not so. Also we know that when we study the IV characteristic, so we can calculate the resistance as well. Here just you show the slope of this graph of IV characteristic is not straight, is not uniform. That is, the resistance of the diode is not constant. Obviously, if it is not following the Ohm's law, so its resistance will not be constant. Resistance is constant only for those type of the conductors where Ohm's law is followed. So this diode is a non-ohmic conductor. It does not follow Ohm's law and hence its resistance is not constant. The value of resistance it's keep on changing. As I told, the most part of the resistance is there in the depletion layer. This is depletion layer where the net charge is 0. But in the forward biasing, this depletion layer width decreases. And because of this decrease in the depletion layer, the resistance also decreases. So in the forward biasing, the resistance decreases. Why resistance decreases? Because the width of depletion layer also decreases. So we will speak about the dynamic resistance because the resistance keep on changing. And to define what is a dynamic resistance, now we will represent the resistance with a small r. And that small r, dynamic resistance, is equal to change in forward voltage. This is called the forward voltage because this voltage is in forward biasing upon change in the current. So the dynamic resistance is the ratio of change in the voltage to the change in current. Now just to see, suppose that your initial value of voltage, I say this is V1. So at this value of the V1, the current is there I1. Now you changing the voltage from V1 to V2. So the current also changes from I1 to current become I2. So when we change the voltage from V1 to V2, so what will be the value of resistance? To know the value of resistance, now just you draw this triangle. This perpendicular, that is vertical axis representing I, will represent delta I, that is I2 minus I1, and this horizontal part will represent delta V, that is V2 minus V1. So thus the dynamic resistance. And now just you see, when the voltage increases, the slope of graph increases. And here the slope of graph is representing the conductivity of the diode. Conductivity. So when the slope increases, it means conductivity increases, and when the conductivity increases, then of course its resistivity and hence the resistance decreases. So finally the resistance is not constant. The width of depletion layer decreases, hence the resistance decreases, and when we increase the voltage, the resistance decreases rapidly. What happens? About the barrier potential, it's quite clear. Suppose that when the diode was unbiased, so this is the depletion layer, this is the junction, and this is the depletion layer. In this depletion layer, this is the N region of the diode, this is the P region of the diode. So here in the N region there is accumulation of positive charge, in the P region there is accumulation of negative charge. So what happens? There develops a barrier potential. So this is the negative potential and this is the positive potential. So there is a difference. This is called positive value to the negative value. That difference is called barrier potential. Or in the simple language, the potential difference across the depletion layer is known as the barrier potential. Okay. But when we make the diode forward biased, so here we see the width of depletion layer decreases. The width of depletion layer decreases. Now this is the junction, but the width has been decreased. This is the width decreased, and due to the decrease of the depletion layer, width of the depletion layer, the value of negative charge also decreases and the value of positive charge also decreases, and so the finally barrier potential decreases. So this was the initial barrier potential when the diode was unbiased, means there was no connection, and now this is the potential difference when the diode is forward biased. So this barrier potential decreases. So note down all these features of the forward biasing.